Hey y'all, welcome back to the Caravan of Love. Y'all, it has been so long. My bad. I have been through so many changes, which is good, and I am just here to tell you about where the hell I've been, because the girl has been through an amazing journey in 2021. Good times, bad times, but they overall balanced out into a very beautiful experience. So I just want to share this with you all here on this video. So sit, I always say that incorrectly and I don't know why. So have a seat, get comfortable, because we're going to take a little journey today. So are you ready for a ride of your life? Let's take one with the Caravan of Love today. So basically, just to get on into it, I have relocated. I was living in Birmingham, Alabama when I first started Caravan of Love, and I am now in Tempe, Arizona. Cam, Adaya, how the fuck did you get to Arizona? Well, let me just tell you. I initially relocated to California, LA to be exact, and God said, we actually need you here. So I'm here. That's the long story short. But the beginning of last year, in January 2021, I moved back home with my mother from my apartment that I used to do a lot of my recordings in, a lot of my spirituality work. Like, that was my sanctuary, my very first space that I could call my own in Birmingham, Alabama. Like, I had my own apartment. That was my very first time having my own apartment. And during those 6 months in that apartment, I learned about myself. I learned about how to manifest, and I learned how to cleanse energy, how to be more intentional, and really just focus on certain things that you really want to attract. And at that point in my life, I knew that there was a change that I needed to go through, and there were things that I needed to face within myself in order to really push through and have the spiritual elevation that I truly aspire. Like, my life to me is all about ascension. Everything that I've done, or everything that I've kind of been active in, has been all about my growth and personal development. And at one point, I just knew that Birmingham, Alabama had run its course and there was nothing left to experience. So in my prayer closet with my ancestor altar in January, I told my ancestors, I want to move to California. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to get the money, but that's where I want to go. So once that intention was set, I was just like fine with taking a leap of faith. I just knew I had to go somewhere. It wasn't here. It wasn't like there. I even looked at my astrocartography. I don't know if you all know about that, but I needed to get out of Alabama, bottom line. And so I even went through like a whole detox and cleanse where I was on a water diet for about 3 days, and I started eating light foods just because I wanted to get so intentional and so in vibrational alignment with me moving to LA and going for more spiritual growth and development, because I knew specifically that that's what I was looking for. That's all I really wanted. I just wanted to go somewhere that was not where I was, that was basically an upheaval or an uproot from what I knew, what I was familiar with, what I had grown comfortable with, so that I can be uncomfortable and promote growth, promote change. And that's exactly what LA did for me, okay? So fast forward, well, not even fast forward, so skip up to the end of January. I told Spirit that if I got a certain amount of money for this flight, regardless of where I was gonna stay, I was gonna go. And so I had family members in California that was so crazy. I received a sign from Facebook to connect back with this family member that's in LA. I never met him in person. He was an older cousin. He was about 60 or 50. And my mom and him were first cousins, and they knew each other very closely because they grew up together, but I'd never met him before. And literally a day after I had talked to my ancestors and prayed in my closet, and I asked for a sign of where I could go or what I could do or how I can get my foot out there in California, I received a random Facebook request for a friendship, a new friend request from said cousin. So I was like, is this a sign? Immediately hit him up. His first answer was like, of course. Whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do, whatever you're trying to do for yourself, I will welcome you with open arms. You can come couch, sit for however long you need to until you get on your feet out here. You are welcome. I was like, well, damn, it's that easy, spirit? Like, I could just hit somebody up that I've never met before, never even seen them in person, only have had phone and text conversation, and they just tell me, yes, I can come live with them. Okay, so that was that. Boom. So I told Spirit to find me somewhere to stay. They did that. I told Spirit to find me somewhere to find me the money for the plane ticket. They did that. So at this point, it's like, is you gonna go or are you gonna not? So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and go. So I bought my flight for February 27, 2021. And I missed that flight. I did. I missed the hell out of that flight. I did not catch the flight to California until the next day, which was February 28th. Got there, March 1st came, maybe the first couple days there. Due to the climate change, I was sick as fuck. And this was amidst COVID. And I was very afraid because I was like, damn, I done moved all the way out here in the bitch called COVID. On the way, like, this is not giving what it was supposed to give, God. Like, I'm sick. I was sick for like a week when I first moved to California. But it was the climate change. It was the difference in the humidity in the air or whatever it was. Child, I was sick. But I got over it. I stayed with my cousin until maybe the end or the little beginning of April because there were some disagreements or just irreconcilable differences. We're gonna go with that word. And it wasn't even with him, it was with the mate that he was with. She didn't like me. Or maybe it's not that she didn't like me. I rebuke that. It's not that she didn't like me. I don't think she was comfortable with me being there. And that's just that. And so I got put out by my cousin in California. And so yeah, I had to find where to go next. I had another family member out there in California that I couldn't stay with. He only had a 1-bedroom apartment. No space for me at the time. And he had his own thing going on, so I didn't really impose on him and his situation a lot. But I had a friend. And I ended up staying with a friend in Hollywood for the next 2 months. So that was April and May. He coincidentally had an extra room in his co-living apartment space. So it was like a whole bedroom to myself. Doop, 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 from the couch. And I stayed with him for about 2 months. And that situation was a shit show in itself too. Not really a shit show, but it had its good and its bad. Eventually had to leave that space at the end of May. So it's like I was constantly not getting put out of situations, but I was constantly transitioning every couple of months in LA. And it was just like, what the fuck? I manifested this, I wanted this, I thought that this was for me, and now I can't get any solid footing here. So it was very, very frustrating to me. I cried a lot. I wouldn't say I was emotionally upset a lot, but I definitely went through some phases out there. And I had to realize that shit didn't happen for me because I wasn't dead set on making them happen for me. And that's just what it was. I had to learn how to get my own wings, how to fight for myself, how to stand up for myself, and how to also believe in myself. And that's basically what all these transitions were teaching me. Did I say transitionings? Well, all these transitions were teaching me, okay? And so, basically, after the debacle or the little spat with the last person I lived with after my cousin, I was able to manifest a co-living situation to which I had 7 fucking roommates. I lived in a bunk bed, which was cute at first. It was cute. I signed a 6-month lease for this co-living space in which there were about 3 to 4 people to each room. all in bunk beds. We had a in-suite bathroom, which was very large. It had a full tub and it had a nice walk-in shower, 2 sinks, very nice. And then there were other 2 bedrooms that had about 2 or 3 people in them a piece. They were women. And that was my first time living with people of other ethnicities. An experience in itself too. It was just so, and I was in Hollywood. Like, I feel like I'm skipping through, but I was in West Hollywood. Oh, bitch, the energy out there, it will drive you crazy, because people are not trying to be themselves out there. They're trying to be this facade of a person that they are wanting to embody in order to be successful, or to be that it girl or the it guy. And so, like, living in that space with people that were trying to find themselves, it was supposed to be a creative space as well. People that were mostly entrepreneurs, that were kind of actors, models, actresses, maybe in any type of media, which could be broadcasting, journalism, public relations. There were some spiritual entrepreneurs there as well, yoga masters, things like that. But it was overall supposed to be a space where people were able to grow their skill set. That's how it was marketed. It's a space for creatives that had a lot of nice amenities. Well, not even that's what the ad said. There were a few nice amenities, just between me. But yeah, it was just this place that had events, curated events. It had amenities. It was a very nice prime location right off Hollywood Boulevard. Honey, I could walk the Hollywood Walk of Stars, or the Hollywood Hall of Fame stars, the Hollywood, girl, I can't even think of what it's called. But I could walk that literally just by going to the end of the block and making a left. It was so cute. It was all right. But it was just like, I don't know if this is where I actually want to be. Like, I can't get anything off. Like, I was contacting businesses, okay? I was contacting herbal shops, tea shops. I was applying to jobs. But the energy, I just felt so anxious. I just don't think I was ready. I don't think I was ready. And I didn't know what I wanted. And that was the main thing. I was looking for something, somewhere to go. Maybe even somebody. Yikes. That's a whole nother story. I didn't date that much though. But I just needed to figure out what was for me, where to go. I mean, if we can't go to Bella Nachos, where the hell can you go? Like, that whole little, I don't know if y'all get that. But anyway, yeah, so I was in California. I ended up being in the co-living space for about 4 months. My lease was for 6 months. But get this, y'all, I got put out of there too. But it was like on paper. They were doing renovations for the model or the unit that we lived in, the specific one. Go fucking figure. They were doing renovations. So I had a lease that was ending in December, which was just last month. And they cut it short to where I had to leave by October the 1st. So at the end of September, I had to be out of there. Kahoot. Like, and so I'm like, damn, I just moved in 2 months ago. Where I gotta go now? Where am I gonna go now? Rent's too fucking high. This is like perfect for me. Like, this is what I wanted. This is what I thought I wanted. But it was just like, is this what you want? Do you really want this Cali life? Like, is this really as cute as you thought it was? And when I thought about it, it was like, no, it's not. I had to walk everywhere. I had to bus everywhere. There was so many people everywhere, anywhere. You couldn't think your own thoughts. It was so many people. I mean, at least to me. And then the cost of living was expensive. The cost of living was so expensive. And the jobs, I just did not want to work in PR at the time. Like, I literally was avoiding public relations work. I had a salary job interview for like $55K or $60K that I turned down by the last interview just because my anxiety, my mental state, I just was not in a balanced place to take that position. I didn't want to do it. It was not aligned with me. And spiritually, physically, like emotionally, I felt dis-ease. Literally. And so, like, I just never could really get my footing right. I could never feel like But I was like, during this whole shift, during this whole time, I was featured on the tarot app. Starting in May, I was on an app called Teller app, and that probably ended like right when I was leaving, which is crazy. It ended up closing out and not even being an app anymore by the end of September as well. It's like so many so many like synchrony, so many things just ended up coming in and phasing out of my life. And I realized that maybe LA was just a place that I thought that I wanted to be because I just felt so connected to it. But that's where I was supposed to go, literally for those experiences to push me to growth. I would not have changed or been as sure of myself, I feel, had I not went through those experiences in California. And what ultimately led to my breakthrough was a relationship, or the failure of a relationship. I had somebody kind of tell me about myself, or try to tell me about myself, or the project like certain things on me, and like some of it may have held a little true, some of it not. But it was just like, damn, is this what I'm presenting? Is this the energy I'm giving off? Like, is this what people think of me and who they see me as? Like, this is not, no. We need to do better. I need to take myself more seriously, because if I don't take myself seriously, of course you're gonna play around on me. Of course you're gonna play with me and think I ain't shit, I ain't got shit, and I'm not gonna be shit. But let me just show myself that I'm the shit, and I always motherfucking been, bitch. And I always will be, ho. And excuse my language, but that's just how I feel about it. Like, nigga, I didn't earn my stripes. Respect me. I manifested. Ta-da! All of this. Like, I have my own apartment, baby. My own space in Tempe. Like, and y'all, the transition was so crazy. I can't even, like, we're gonna have to go to a whole nother video for this, because this is already 15 minutes right here. Like, this is already 15 minutes and 47 seconds. And I just feel like I'm not even getting to the point. Maybe I am. I just want to tell y'all where the hell I been, honestly. So, yeah. They sent the little notice out and said, y'all gotta get the hell up out of here by September 31st. Is it the 31st? I think. You gotta get the hell up out of here by September 31st, the end of the month, basically, because we finna renovate this unit. So I was like, damn, let's go to the drawing board. What do you want, Cam? What do you desire? And it was always to be an herbalist, to go to herbalism school, to learn more about working with herbs, being a magical being with earth in its plants, for lack of a better word, because that's the only one I can think of right now, and that's a shitty word. Earth in its natural medicines, earth in its natural roots. And so I was like, you know what, Arizona is a skip away, and there's SWIHA there, which is the Southwestern Institute of Healing Arts, the school that I now attend. And I had heard about SWIHA in passing a couple of times. And it was always of interest to me, but it's like, I'm never going to be in Arizona, so when am I going to go to the school? But it was like, well, bitch, you're only 2 states over from Arizona now. So you can go to Arizona or you can go to Alabama. I think I'm going to choose Arizona. You know, I ain't trying to go back to the crib at all. At all. At all. So there was kind of a debate of whether I wanted to actually go to either Las Vegas for some stupid ass reason, or to go to Arizona. I ended up choosing Arizona. Once I set my intentions, y'all, spirit came in and showed the fuck out. I said I want to get into SWIHA. I wanted to get a part-time job that is kind of aligned with healing arts or healing others or healing the community. I got that. I got into SWIHA, and I wanted to manifest my apartment, and I got that. So it was like, once I knew and was clear, I received clarity about what I truly wanted, I was able to receive it just by believing that it could happen for me, by taking inspired action, and by focusing my intention on only the things that I wanted to create, not my present or my current circumstances at the time. I don't care about this apartment that y'all put me out of. I don't care about this job that I don't have that I'm about to get. I don't care about this apartment that I don't have but I'm about to get. It's like, so many things, it was just like I had to align my energy with it. So I put sticky notes on the top of the bunk bed that said, get into SWIHA, get an apartment, get a part-time job, get financial aid. It was so many different things. And all of them manifested, most of them. Like, majority of them manifested. Majority. The only thing that I don't have, we ain't even gonna talk about it because I do have it in spirit. Okay? So, yeah, like, I'm here. I want to tell you about the stories of how I manifested this apartment in a later video, so I will. But I just wanted to give y'all a quick little recap of where the hell I've been. So yeah, we're gonna edit this, chop it up, make it cute, and always believe in yourself. That is the underlying overarching message here. Believe in yourself and what you want to create. Once you know, feel, and understand like what is truly for you, believe that nothing can stop you from having it, and you will have it. Per.